audio. Oh my shit. That's incredible bad experience. No audio for the first 5 minutes or so. But hello, welcome to another episode of Xah Talk Show. Let me repeat the whole thing again. And great to see you, Svalbard, Venaby. Great to see you. So I owe you a lot. So today, I'm gonna talk about Svalbard. If you guys haven't seen already, where's the camera? Okay, so the Svalbard, this is a fantastic input device. A very advanced input device. Audio check, video check. Am I good to go? Hey, hello guys. Archie Duck, Molina, and Svalbard. So this is a fancy advanced input device. Magnetic switches, fantastic. But I'm sorry, Venaby, I haven't been able to. I'm not ready to demo it yet. So, but yeah, I wanted to mention, but there's, but you're gonna demo. Okay, so let me show you my screen. Okay, let me show you my keyboard, and I'll show you my screen. So this is Glove 80, fantastic. This is Ultimate Hacking Keyboard, fantastic. Okay, and let me show my screen. Let's see audio. Okay, finally I have audio. So because so I haven't done this yet because this is kind of because I imagine I'm gonna use this like for a year, like long term, my permanent keyboard. So I kind of delayed, and I've been busy coding. So this is a long term project, So I think I'm gonna like it very much. So I think a lot of people are interested, pressing me. So, did you use Svalbard yet? How is it going? but I cannot say, I'm ready yet. And yesterday, I'm very ashamed actually. So I think actually I need to buy a cable. I need to buy the the standard USB 2 cable yet. Yeah, I think so. But why don't I show you guys since I'm talking about it, so people, you can see. So it's oh wait, this is USB-C. So I wasn't really focused the other day. So USB-C, actually, why don't we plug it in? So is there people so I was planning to, either talk about this if you guys have questions, and I'm gonna talk a lot about Wolfram Language and Emacs Lisp. You guys should visit the Svalbard guy. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention Svalbard got a Discord here, and Clausen, so he's gonna demo, he's gonna do, building his Svalbard data hand on Monday. Svalbard office hours. So can you guys see it? Let's magnify Discord. So Svalbard, so Clausen is going to demo it on Monday, 10 o'clock Pacific time. So that's San Francisco time, California time, Monday 10. So you guys can go check out Monday 10 o'clock in the morning. So I think he's gonna do a live demo. I mean, building or answer questions on Discord. Yeah, so so I Monday morning 10 o'clock I will be watching. So I'll be here too. So fantastic. Okay, so let me show this again. So fantastic device. I just got busy, so I haven't done anything with it yet. Okay, so that's one thing. And yes, and he got me all the best cables. It's truly great, these expensive cables. So anyway, so anything else? So yeah, Svalbard. So I'm not ready to demo it. So yeah, okay. So actually, I can. I wonder if I should I live and try it. Just plug it in. Yeah, I'm in a terrible state. So it's been 3 months. I haven't plugged it in yet. So let's see. Yeah, so USB on one side. Okay, so USB-C on one side, USB-C plug into the keyboard, but the others, yeah, but my computer doesn't have the USB-A, I think, the big one. So yeah, I cannot plug it in yet. I'll get the cable. So I'll get a cable. I'm doing some Amazon shopping, so yeah, so I cannot demo it. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so Monday, let's go check out Clausen's gonna do a video demo on Discord, okay? So what is the Discord link? Let me get it. Invite people, copy, invite link expire in 7 days. So I'm gonna post the link here. Discord live demo of Svalbard, Monday, 10 a.m. Okay. Oh, you got some magnetic too. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me talk to you offline. Yeah. Arctic, I'll definitely like to see you trying it out. Yeah. I'll do that for sure because, I haven't done so because this is gonna be, I imagine I'm gonna be using it for a long time. So let me give you guys some update on what I've been doing. So it's been a long time. I miss you guys. Because I love to talk a lot. So let me talk about, Wolfram Language update and Emacs Lisp. Okay. So today's talk show, yeah. So let's see. Woohoo! Wolfram Language version 14. New logo, beautiful logo. So there it is, Wolfram Language 14. So I finally got it. So let's see what else. So I've been doing Wolfram Language graphics programming. So if you search for Xah Wolfram Language tutorial, you will see, the complete tutorial for Wolfram Language. And the latest update is Wolfram Language graphics programming. So for example, you can create all these. For example, this one is just, 2 lines of code, 3 lines of code. So I have been updated the Wolfram Language graphics programming. So you can see the full tutorial from the ground up. This tutorial is for programmers. So the graphics programming is kind of advanced. So you go here. So all these articles are updated and lots of them are new. So for those of you, starting to learn Wolfram Language, and you can download it free, of course, so there. Okay, so let's see next. Okay, so that's about Wolfram Language. Now, I think the rest of the talk is gonna be Emacs Lisp, lots of Emacs Lisp stuff. Okay, Wolfram Language, besides graphics, there's a lot of updates. Wolfram Language symbols, they are just like Emacs Lisp symbols. Okay, so then Golang regular expression, PowerShell, manage PowerShell profile. Okay, let me talk about the latest things I've done with Emacs Lisp. So you just go to Xah Emacs tutorial or blog, Xah Emacs. So you'll find Xah Emacs tutorial and go down, go to the blog. So there is two major updates in the past 2 or 3 weeks. So one of them is sequence functions. So Emacs started to have a set of sequence functions for list and vector and array about 7 years ago, and now they're being very mature, so it's fantastic. So you can see them here. Update, so sequence functions. So let's see, lots of updates. So I updated the complete tutorial on Wolfram Language sequence functions. You see, the sequence library is a major Emacs Lisp milestone, new in 2016. So now I have a complete documented, annotated documentation. For example, sequence functions. You go here, and you can see all these. So what is a sequence? A sequence is basically a list or a vector, like an array. So all these functions will work on any of list or array or string. String is also a sequence. So in Emacs Lisp. So there's a lot. So all these sections are sequence functions, and they are fantastic. A lot of people use the dash library, Melpa dash, which is a third-party library for doing sequences. So you can see, if we turn on JavaScript, so how many people are watching? 5. If you are here, say hi. Okay. So any questions, post it. So you can see all these dash. So here is the dash function on GitHub. I mean, not function, the dash library. So the dash library really sucks. It's one of the huge damage to the Emacs Lisp. This dash library began about 12 years ago or something, and it became hugely popular. It's created by this guy, a great guy, but the library is not so good because it focuses on list and doesn't work on vectors. And there's a few things I consider abusive. For example, it doesn't follow the naming conventions of Emacs Lisp. It doesn't follow a lot of conventions of Emacs Lisp. Instead, it borrows the convention, the naming convention, or the programming semantic, parameter convention from Closure Lisp. So anyway, so I'm not a fan of this package, but because this package became hugely popular, you can see it's one of, it's the most popular use language. You can see, let's see, Melpa stable. Let's go to Melpa. You can see it's got the most download on Melpa, 5 million download. So because it became, why is it created? It was created because Emacs Lisp sucks. You don't have you don't have a function that do something with the list. So it sucks so bad. So this guy created dash. So it became hugely popular. And then the GNU Emacs people saw that and they panicked, So, and I also made a video like two or 3 years ago. saying how suck it is. Then, so now we have the sequence functions library, which is fantastic. So that solves that problem. So if you are still using Dash, if you like almost any of these, if you download any Emacs package from Melpa, you'll see they require using Dash. That's no good. So that's why I think I say it's a huge damage to the Emacs Lisp community. So so am I still interesting? Are you guys interested in these topics? 4 people. Okay, so what is wrong with Dash? Quite a few things. Yeah, quite a few things. I'm not gonna get into unless you guys want me to talk about that. So anyway, so Emacs Lisp sequence functions, fantastic. So for example, you have sequence find. So this will let you find a element in a list or in a vector, and it can also return the position of the vector, and it can also, you can find an item by a function, and you can also get the total number of count of some criteria in a list. So these are commonly needed functions, usually available in Golang, in other languages, Haskell, F#, Python, but they are not in Emacs Lisp for a long time. So this is a great improvement. Okay, that's about the sequence functions. So I have like tutorials with usage examples for that. And another major update is if you go to the Emacs Lisp tutorial, the other major update, I spent a month or so about it, is writing a major mod. So this tutorial tells you how to write a major mod in Emacs Lisp. For example, if I'm creating a new programming language like that, this is actually Wolfram Language syntax. For example, I wanted syntax color. How do you do that? You want to write a major mod. So you can do simply by, let's show. Split the window, new buffer. So that's it. Just 5 lines of code. Okay, so I evaluate the buffer. Oh, buffer is not. Okay, so let's save it. .el. Okay, evaluate it. Go back here. Then metax. What's the name? My math mod. Okay, metax my math mod. Do it. You can see you got syntax coloring. So that's how simple it is to write a major mod. Then you can read on about a lot other things you might want to do. For example, you want name completion. You want type inf and expand to infinity. For example, you want to add that feature. So you can read them. It's all here. It's pretty simple. So all these sections has been updated. Okay, that's that. Close back to talk show, and let's put code here. Major mod. Let's put, yeah, so there. Showing browser. Anything else? So Emacs major Lisp tutorial, major Emacs Lisp tutorial update, major mod, sequence functions, how to write a major mod, Emacs Lisp unit testing. Okay, so there is a new tutorial on Emacs Lisp unit testing. So if you just search for it, there it is. So this is how you write a unit test for functions. Okay, so next, so Emacs Lisp, I declare Emacs Lisp is the best thing today. It's the best Lisp, better than Common Lisp and Skim Lisp, because it is the most practical, and it is the most widely used. Said yes what? Okay, so Emacs Lisp, then there is this fantastic Emacs Lisp article. Two of them actually. So one of them is the Emacs Lisp bytecode manual. So if you go here, Emacs Lisp bytecode manual. So this is a lot of technical details. Like normally, if you are new to Emacs Lisp, you don't need to know it. But if you've been coding Emacs Lisp for a while, this article is very interesting. So this is the Emacs Lisp bytecode manual. So that's one thing. The other thing is, the other article is Emacs Lisp history, written by Stefan Marnier and Michael Sperber. Here. So this is a fantastic article. I liked it very much. Evolution of Emacs Lisp. This is a very technical article going into technical detail on Emacs Lisp, the programming language, of its history. So you can read about how various features came about, and how they were designed, how they changed, things like that. So I find this article very, very interesting. For example, docstring. Today almost every programming language allow you to embed a documentation for a function. For example, in Python, in Ruby, and in lots of other languages has this feature. In Wolfram Language too, and this feature is, Emacs Lisp is the first programming language that created this concept. Okay, so that's Emacs Lisp. So that's, so I learned about this from this essay. So that is fantastic. That's an example why I think this is a great article. Okay, anything else? Hello Levon. How did you find me? Did you came here to see keyboard or programming or what? So let's go to, so I think, I'm kind of doing random, and today I'm kind of doing random. Let's see if there's anything I wanted to talk about. Emacs Lisp history. So, I haven't been doing video for like 2 weeks. I really want to, but I promise the next one is gonna be Swarboard. So, but I just wasn't ready yet, so that kind of delayed. So that also means I didn't do, Emacs Lisp or Wolfram Language. So, but I'm going to start to do them frequently, like every 2 or 3 days, again live stream, and also get on to the Swarboard. Okay, anything else? You guys ask questions. I especially like when you call Zoomers. Yes, the Zoomer idiots. Okay, let me talk random. So I was looking into the Indian god Hindu religion because on Twitter I run into Modi, the Indian leader. So you can see here is his Twitter account, or X, called X. And I'm not logged into Twitter. If I log in, and then I have to type some code. Shit. Oh, actually, I have a blog about it. So let me show my blog. Indian goddess Shiva. Actually, it's not a she. But anyway, so this, the Narendra Modi, the Indian leader, he's got a Twitter, and you can see he's got this photo for his profile. And that is commonly seen. Well, I don't know about you guys, but for Asian, for Chinese, you have seen this before. But I never knew what is this god about. So I looked into. So apparently, this is a guy mostly. Because in Indian religion, I mean, they sometimes they don't have a gender. But anyway, this is a guy. So he is one of the three most worshipped god in India, in Hinduism. And so I found out that Indian religion is quite sexual. So this god, and this god, looks like that. He's also known as the king of dance king. And so this god has this wife. This is his wife. Okay. And then you can see all the sculptures. All these are Asian sculptures. This one is 400 years ago. That's his wife, Shiva's wife. And then they have, one of their children is this elephant guy, Ganesha. So that's one of their children. And it's very interesting because I've seen this elephant head, or you probably have seen if you live in America, in California, every time you go to Indian restaurants or have Indian friends. So I never know anything about it, but so apparently this is a child of this Shiva and this Parvati. Each one of these have several names. And apparently the history of Hinduism is very sexual. So let me show you an example from Wikipedia. Okay. So there is Shiva. He like they usually comes in many forms. So there's that, beautiful, these old Asian sculptures, beautiful. So here, the Ardhanarishvara sculpture, something depicting Shiva with a goddess Parvati as his equal half. Okay, so the icon is presented as half man and half women. Oh, okay. So the left half is guy, the right half is woman. And the thing, so this is they and their children, the elephant god. But the thing interesting is that if you go here, then you go to you find lingam. Okay, so they have this linga thing. Lingam. Okay, the English article doesn't isn't very explicit. You read it, you don't know what it is. But this thing is basically a penis that represents Shiva. And this thing is vagina that represents his wife. So, and so you can see the Asian sculptures of them. And there is that, so the English article is not very clear, so you can see here this sculpture is clearly one giant penis. But if you read the Chinese version, so if we go back to the Shiva article and you go read the Chinese version, then you can quickly find out all these things. They'll just say it directly. There it is. So this is that lingam thing. And in here you can see, the sculptures of it. It just directly tell you it's a penis, okay? And also there's this, yesterday I read this interesting, do I still have collected seashells? Yes, I think somewhere. Let me answer the questions, okay? Fantastic question, I love them. So, let me finish about this Shiva thing. So you can see, so I learned about this yesterday. Oh, this is the Chinese version for the, for the vagina. So this is the penis and the vagina is called this. The Chinese article is very short. It just directly tell you what it is. And same thing for the lingam. But if you read the English article, it's like, they are writing in a esoteric way and kind of deny, they don't tell you what it is. So this is very interesting because you can see the kind of the history or origin of the Indian religion, which I don't know, too much about, but you can see that it is from, the Indian president, has this Shiva sculpture. Then you look at Shiva, then you can, then you get her story, his wife. Then you got this thing that represent Shiva, that, this basically a penis. Then you got this thing that represent her wife, basically a pussy. So that's interesting. Okay, next. Do I still have the seashell diagram? Seashells, yes. So go to art blog, Xah art blog, seashells. Yes, I still have them somewhere. These are beautiful, the most beautiful thing on earth. They are beautiful because, I find them extremely beautiful. So this is like 20 years ago. I collected some of them. You can buy them on eBay. So I find them amazing because you can see they are all spirals. And this has to do with mathematics. Let's see. Yeah, let me show you that. So actually in one of the live stream, we did live coding of this thing. So you can use, mathematically, you can model them as spirals. So here's a Wolfram Language code. So actually, why don't we just run it? There it is. Okay, there it is. Fantastic. So you see, the thing interesting is that then you can have many varieties. You can have wrinkles and all sort of varieties. The way they twist. Yeah, actually, this is fantastic. We did this like 2 or 3 years ago. Fantastic Wolfram language. So you can see the different ways they twist and wrinkle and so on. And about the seashells, so you can see, they can also have like needles, or they can be like that, very little twist. This is called a tusk shell. And you have this kind of flat thing, top shell. And then you have the patterns on them. This is supposed to can be generated by cellular automata, Stephen Wolfram's favorite subject. Truly beautiful. Then you have this very pointed one. And then you have this one. This one is so beautiful. This one is super light. You see, this is almost transparent, very fragile. You can just crush it. But it's just amazing. It's like this big paper nautilus shell. You can, many of them are cheap. $5, $3 you can get on Amazon. And this one, for example, why is it? I find it fascinating because you can see this one showcases the patterns on it. Amazing patterns that can be modeled with cellular automata. In fact, it is the way it is generated is by cellular automata. Yeah, so amazing. Yeah, I have I think I still have them somewhere in a box. Thoughts on skim shell. What is the fastest shell? So you are talking about the shell programming language. There was a shell, skim shell, but it's dead. It's dead for like 15 years. Let's see if I can find my article. There it is, Unix pestilence, shells. So this I wrote 20 years ago. And Bash is very old, of course. Bash is the classic Bash. Then you have skim shell. But unfortunately, skim shell seems dead. There's no update since 2005 or so. So, look at their website. You even, they got certificate expired. So I don't, so anyway, this skim shell. But, skim shell is written by this famous guy, kind of famous guy, Olin Shivers. He's now I believe he's an MIT professor 20 years ago. I'm not sure about now. So he's a great designer. He's a Unix hater like me. Many skim people, we hate Unix. And he's also famous for writing a prologue, I believe, prologue to the skim shell, documentation saying that, he did it all by himself. Very funny. And but I don't think, the Lisp syntax is really suitable for shell. For example, let's look at some Lisp syntax. Let's go to Xah keys. So you have syntax like that, full of nested parentheses. When you have nested syntax, I don't think it's suitable for shell. You in a shell, because in a shell you need to constantly type and enter. But when you have nested syntax, it's very hard to edit. For example, you have to go to all the way to the beginning to type the, for example, let's copy that, paste it here, make it long one line, make it syntax color. So when you type, if you make a mistake, you have to go, you have to balance the parent. So I don't think it's a good idea. In a shell language, syntax design, you want the syntax to be linearized, meaning that you avoid any sort of nesting. So you don't have nesting at all, as much as possible. So most shell languages follow that syntax. For example, PowerShell. But anyway, there it is, scheme shell, but it's kind of dead. Now your question, which is fastest shell? What do you mean fastest? In shell, usually you don't care about speed, because if you care about speed, then you need to put a lot of things in your language. For example, types, C, C++, Java. When you have to declare types for the variables you are going to use. And if you do that, your code becomes more cumbersome. One line becomes 5 or 10. And so it's not suitable for shell, because in shell you just want to type something. For example, cd web. Okay, cd xah info. Okay. So let's see. Let's do the. Let's magnify the ls. Let's say I want to know, in all these directories, the total number of files. So to do that, you can do the recurse file. File. I only want files. I don't want directory. And let's say filter. So asterisk HTML. I want all files ending in HTML, and I want count how many of them total. So you can do that, I believe. So let's try it. There it is. So I have 8,600 HTML files under xah.info. So you see, one single line. This is what you do in shell often. You do this all day if you are a sysadmin. So this one line, if you try to convert this in Python or Ruby or even Perl or in any non-shell language, especially Lisp, you're going to have like 10 lines. So this is the beauty of the linear syntax. So this syntax avoids nesting as much as possible, and also it doesn't have types. If you have a shell that requires type, then it's more of a problem. And there's a lot of shortcuts. For example, this asterisk HTML actually is a string, but you do not need to quote it. It just quoted for you. So lots of these little conveniences. So when you have a shell language with like that, there are some disadvantages too if you design a programming language like that, because then when you write a long program, let's say 10,000 lines, then it becomes many things can mean many things. So you have less control, you have less precision, and you may have bugs that's hard to find out what where the bug come from. So that's some of the disadvantages of linearized. How do you say it? Linear. So let's see. Actually, I think I have an article on that. Let's say magnify linear. So linear algebra, okay? We love linear algebra. So linearization, okay? I think that's how you would say. Let's say Xah lookup. There it is. There's a word, linearization. You want to linearize. Linearize, okay? You want to linearize the programming syntax. So this is very interesting, and I think I have an article on that. So let's try to find it. Xah research. There it is, shell languages and the linearization of syntax. This is just a quick write-up, but you'll get some idea about what you need to do. Okay, that's about that. I think that's it for today. It's 1 hour. In a house, we repeat your famous phrase every day. Default Emacs key binding will fuck up your fingers. That is true. In your house, which house is that? Okay, that's it for today, I think. So I'm going to start to do live stream more frequently, about every 2 or 3 days, especially because I haven't done so in the past 2 weeks. I'm very itchy, to do live stream, to tell you guys about things. And let's go back to today's talk show. Let's see what else. So I'm gonna start to do live stream frequently again. Then I'm gonna start to get onto this SVA board, data hand SVA board. Anything else? Oh, there's another great tip for you Emacs people. So I found out how do you have the mini buffer with larger font in mini buffer. So you just go to, let's go to Xah Emacs blog, search for mini buffer. Mini buffer, there it is, Emacs init mini buffer font size. You just put this in your Emacs init file, then you can have bigger font whenever it pops up, for you to type a command or file name. Okay, that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, then I'm gonna start to do, there's a lot to do. I'm gonna code, in the next few live stream, Emacs Lisp programming, Wolfram Language programming. Let's go to talk show. Let's see what else. So don't forget, on Monday, 10 o'clock in the morning, San Francisco time, you go to SVA board Discord. You can find the link. I'll put the link in my Xah Talk Show too. So there it is, the link. Or you just search for SVA board Discord. I think you'll find the invite link. Then let's say SVA. Yeah, SVA board Discord. There it is, the link. Let's linkify it. File not exist. What? This is something wrong with my code. Anyway, so that's the link, and then Monday 10 a.m. San Francisco time on Discord. Okay. Oh, there is a German Molina. So there's a Wolfram Language tip. So let's see language data. Let's see what that does. Oh, that's how you generate a keyboard layout. Oh, interesting. Wow. Keyboard image, entity, language, Spanish. Wow, it can generate that. I didn't know. So recently, someone was asking in my YouTube comment, how do you generate a keyboard? It's not you, right? I don't think it's you. Someone was asking that. Very interesting. Thank you. Bye, guys. Fantastic. Seashell. I forgot about the seashell for a while. Oh yeah, so there is the cross section. You know, someone cut it up, so you can see it's also twisted inside. Very incredible. And here, you know, so it's twisted inside, and there is also X-ray. So you know, then you have this shape, Thatcher shell. This one is called Thatcher shell. So you can see part of it is flat. So you can think of this one as a triangular profile. So you kind of rotate a triangle around the spiral, then you get that one. Then you have ribs like that, and you have this exotic, you know, beautiful. This is amazing, extremely beautiful, exotic thing. Lateixis Mawei shell. And then you have other exotic shell like that. So that's seashell. Amazingly beautiful. Oh yeah, so here is some X-ray photos. Bye.